Hello everyone, my name is William and welcome to another video, and this is a different video. It's kind of like a stream, a dev stream. I decided to make a GTA-like game using Cave Engine, which is my game engine. And well, I was starting to write some stuff here, so I do have like a player template. That's just a player and a camera here. You can see the camera on top and you can see the preview here. And then there's a scene with the player and you can play and move around just fine. This is basically using all the default engine stuff, but I started to write this and I was like, maybe if I stream this or if I record this, it's gonna be like a cool content to watch. So I decided to do it. So what's the idea behind this? I want to make a GTA. I want to make this fast, so I don't want to spend more than like I don't know, 8 or maybe 12, maybe 20 hours on this project for an initial release on it. So it's not a lot of time for sure. I'm talking about like the hours of actual work in the game, and this is actually very easy to do now because the Cave Engine 0.98, it's almost being released at the moment that I'm writing this. Do have this statistic for nerds tab, so you can go ahead here and see the how many time you've been actually, time spent here editing the game. So I'm 8 minutes in the game, and this is what I was able to make in 8 minutes using Cave. Oh, not exactly, because I stopped to start recording this video, so it's probably like 4 minutes, not 8 minutes, but it's very cool to have all that stats here for you. And this is new to Cave Engine 0.98. And what's the idea behind this project? By the way, I'm here with Git open, with the source code of the engine open here to improve it as I write the game. And the idea is to make like a classic GTA 1 game. So if you Google like GTA 1 gameplay, you'll be able to see a lot of cool stuff. And it's a top-down game, of course. I don't think it's a secret to anyone anymore at this point that the first GTA was basically a top-down game. Let me see if you guys can hear my stuff here. I don't think you guys can hear. Anyways, so I want to make a top-down game because it's very easy to, it's way easier to create than like a third-person game. But I want it to be a little bit more modern when it comes to graphics, because GTA 1 is basically sprites all over the place, and some 3D sprites here for the buildings and stuff. I think GTA 1 was actual 3D, but anyways, it's basically sprites, including the player. And then I found this game called Total Energy, which is like a top-down GTA style crime-filled game. And if you see the gameplay, it's very cool. Like it does have this cool outline. The soundtrack is super cool. The UI as well is cool, and you can basically grab a car. It's very arcade. The controls here, and you can see it's a little bit more modern. The visuals, it's not a lot, but it's cool, and it's a fairly simple game. You have vehicles. You need to pick vehicles. There's no animations to enter or leave the car. You can see here. Actually, there is an animation, I guess, but anyways, and then you can drive around, you can shoot people, you can kill people, just like you can expect in a GTA game, and then you can go ahead and do whatever you want. I want to do something similar to that with a city that you can walk and steal cars or buy your own car and shoot. Oh, here you go, the shooting. Let me actually go back the video a little bit more so you guys can see. So I'm here driving the vehicle just is about to explode, so there's some particle effects. Then there's an enemy here. I think it's a cop, and I'm not sure. More enemies here. And this guy just died. I don't know why he died, but he did. Yeah, and yes, this is basically pretty much the game, and I want to do something similar, but with more 3D, because this is pretty much like a lot of sprites as well, just like GTA 1. It's basically everything is sprites. I want to make like 3D vehicles, 3D characters, and stuff, and mix a lot with sprites. For example, the trees are sprites, and it's a very simple and interesting technique that you stack sprites together in order to make like a fake 3D look, and I like this. I want to experiment with all that. And enough talk. I want to get started and write some actual stuff here, some actual code. So this will be interesting. I'm thinking about recording everything, literally everything, except the first 5 minutes, as you saw. And so this will also gonna be a great opportunity for you to follow along with such a big game development in a short amount of time. So I think it's gonna be interesting, and also to learn Cave Engine. So this is interesting, and you will also see me implementing new stuff in Cave, because Cave Engine is not open source, but I'm implementing a lot of stuff as the community asks for. So this is going to be an interesting perspective, an interesting opportunity to figure all that out. Okay, so let's get started. I did the basic mechanics so I can walk around. I think what's next here is to replace this cube with an actual player, and then I will have to write the player movement component, and I'm kind of excited about that. If you are on my Discord server, you will know that I do have a release notes for version 0.98 already. It's not live yet, but I do have release notes. And by the way, thank you for my patrons for the support. I don't have a lot of patrons yet, but I have 2 patrons, and I'm very glad I have them. I have Sam Freaky, I'm sorry if I don't know how to pronounce your game, and I have Chuko Byte on my Discord and on Patreon, so thank you. And one thing that I mentioned in the bottom of the page is the animation system, and I do want to implement for this game the character animation with slots to idle, walk, run, jump, and die, and more stuff. So this is something that I will be looking for today in this video. Okay, so I need to import a character. I need to have like an animated character. I need to have maps, and right now let me do an overview or stuff like that. And I do have Blender, and I do have a bunch of stuff done in Blender already. So I don't feel like 3D modeling a character would be the fastest approach in my case. I do have like a lot of stuff. I'm not sure about like which character I will pick. Maybe if I go ahead and check my previous legendaries, I do have like a simple skinny character for the Feed the Queen game that I've made, and I kind of like this one, but I don't feel like a skinny character will work. Maybe I will just use yet again some caveman character. I've used this character for like everything in my life, but well, maybe that's yet another opportunity to use it again. But one thing that I would use for sure is a city that I made. Let me try to find it. I have no idea where's the city. I think it's in level design, maybe. Big city B. I think that's it. Let me open the blend file, because yeah, I don't want to 3D model stuff, a lot of stuff for this particular game. I want to use stuff that I already have, and it's all my thing. Like I'm not using third-party stuff. So this is the city that I have. It's not a city that's suitable for like a top-down game, but you can see that I do have a huge amount of assets everywhere here, which is good, and I'm planning to use all that in the game. I have like road assets, and it's everything hand painted and created by me, which is super cool, and I'm planning to use these assets a lot in this game. Okay, let me try to find the caveman guy again, because I feel like we will use this for the character. I have here like some character showcases. Let me try to open this and see if it will work. This is like a medieval character. I don't think it will work. But maybe like if you see this previous game I made, I do have like a character that's pretty modern, I guess, with like a black suit. So I'll try to find like the meta rescue game that I create for Legendary. I think it was 39, so it's easy to find. So gems, Legendary 39, here we go. Game finish it. I think that's everything. Open blend file. There's a lot of stuff here, of course, but I may be able to find this character very quickly. Here we go. Here's the character that we are looking for. I'm planning to use this character right here, because again, it's a top-down view, so we're not gonna see anything other than his low poly head. So yeah, it's a great starting point. I don't feel like we're gonna use this rig. I will rig it using Mixamo. So I will just Ctrl-C this object, and then I will create a new blend file. I will Ctrl-V this. I will delete the armature. I'll also reset all the rotation and scale and stuff. Make it up a little bit. Here we go. And then I will go ahead and delete this here. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff. I think it will, as I export this to FBX, it will automatically clean up everything. But I do have like the vertex groups for the armature, so I may delete all that. I'm not sure if this is going to be cleaned up when I export it. It's worth trying to clean this up. So here's a character. I will just export this to FBX, export FBX, and I may need to have like a temporary file for this project. So I'll just create here in my default game designer folders, a gem folder, and I'll create a new folder called GTA gem stuff. And I'm gonna create GTA char. It's important to click selected object as I want it, only the selected object. I will export this as obj, and then it should be ready for me to use in that folder. So let me open it real quick. I'm in the other monitor right now. Where is this? Here we go. So I do have a GTA character. And the next thing is I may need to log in to Mixamo, of course. Oh, I can't access the website? Run out of internet, maybe? No, I'm logging here in the other monitor. 1 second. Here we go. And now I just need to import this. So upload character, just drag and drop this to the Mixamo. It will finish uploading, and then it will allow me to rig it. I need to rotate this axis. Here we go. This is the front of my character. Then I need to basically position the shin, wrists, the elbows, knees, and groin. Here. Is this like correct? I think so, I believe so. And then for this skeletal, I am not gonna use fingers because this is a top-down game again, very far away. I don't need fingers. Here we go. And this is something interesting on Cave. If you are going to use it, it does not support FBX animation very well at the moment. Actually, it does not support at all. So I recommend you to use .daa, .die. I don't know how you guys call this. It's literally, let me open Notepad here real quick. And this is the format that I recommend you to use instead of FBX, okay? You can convert, you can open FBX in Blender and convert this to an export to DAI, but I recommend this one. So here we go, the rig is just fine. And like, this is a very simple game. I don't need a lot of animations. I need like, I think I need an idle animation and run animation, a walk animation, and that's it. And a death animation, that's it. It's basically it. Pretty much what I have in plan here. I had a walk, run, jump, and die. I don't even feel like we're gonna have jumping to the game, but I'll add it anyways because it's easy. So in Mixamo, you can literally go ahead and search for an animation, for example, idle, and then you can pick one animation. And in our case, we need to pick an animation that looks good looking up. So this it's somehow like that. This one is very standard. So just go ahead and download it. I make 60 frames per second and I can download DAA. That's good. So I'll download it and I'll actually go ahead and try to see if it works just fine. And I may as well just download 30 frames per second just to see if it gets any worse or better in the engine. I think it will support just fine. So go ahead and unzip this. I'm going to create a new folder called character animations, and I'll just go ahead and drop the idle animation here. It's a zip file, and then I'll try to open this in Cave. So gameplay, I'm going to create a new folder for the character, and then I'll go ahead and drop this animation to this, and it will have like this import stuff pop up. I don't want to import the level descriptor. I want to import the material and the mesh and the armature animation, the armature itself. Let me actually go ahead and give a name, player mesh armature. Just make it a little bit easier for us. The material, it's okay having this. And I'm gonna play player/idle. And I'm not gonna create a subfolder. So import assets, let's see if it works just fine. I added my player, and now instead of this weird mesh, I replace this with the player mesh and the armature, player armature, and then the player idle animation. Does it work? I'm not seeing anything, so that's not a good sign. But well, technically it works. Technically. No, check this, check the hands. Good lord. Oh, it's not working here, okay? So I will try the 60 frames per second one. I think it's this one. I'll try to pour this. And again, I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this. I just want the armature animation. Port asset, and then I try to go ahead and animation idle. None of them work. Okay, good. Then I'll try to only import the armature. See if it gets any better. This is the armature. Go ahead, open this. Yep, it's not working. Not a good idea, not ideal, and I'm not sure what's holding us back. But what I think that we're gonna have to do is export this as FBX, then import this in Blender and export as DAA, because maybe this Mixamo DAA will not gonna work just fine. Okay, I don't remember the FBX that works with Blender. I think it's binary FBX. Let me try to import this. Then open that in Blender. Of course, try to open this. Import FBX, chart names, idle FBX, import FBX. It works. The animation looks correct. At least for me, it looks correct. So go ahead and file, export, collada, DA, make test, idle, day. Selection only, include shields and armature, and that's it. Export collada, export it, and then let me try to import this. For this, I will import everything. I'll delete this civilian, and I'll try drop this one. I'll double click this. Oh, can't. Actually can't. And then I'll try to import this armature and reduce the scale. Here you go. As I said, this is what I had to do in order to make the animation work. So I just need to download it in FBX and pass to Blender. It's not gonna work if I download it directly into Mixamo. Again, this animation imported is still work in progress. It's kind of like, well, it's missing a lot of stuff, but it's a start, right? Why does this not work? Oh, I don't have a mesh. Okay. I'll delete everything, honestly. I'll go ahead and delete all that because I was just testing stuff. And now I should be able to start downloading this stuff. So I have the idle, I have the walk. Let me try to find a cool walk animation. This one seems cool. And I'll actually mark in place because I don't want it to move. Yeah, it's very generic though. But I think that's it. I'll just download it in FBX. Download. Go ahead and download the run. This one looks cool, but it may be just fast, like too fast. This one maybe? Don't like this. Kind of looks weird. Try this one. Yeah, this one is better, and it's too fast. Maybe if I... Yeah, I like this one a little bit better. It's still weird, actually. Again, from this angle, it's weird. From this angle, it's not weird. Not sure about that. Try this one. Man, that one was... like, I know it's weird. But this fast one is the better looking one when it comes to like looking upward. Check this out. So many movement and stuff. Really feels like the character is going fast. Download this. There you go. And then I basically need jump and die, I guess. Jump. It's actually fall idle. This one, not gonna look good. This one looks better in the air. This one. I like this one better. The card is a little bit high in the air, but, well, it's a top-down, so no one will see this. So just go ahead and download this. Then I need to have a death animation as well. So, death. That's good. A little bit slow, a little bit too dramatic. I want to have like a fast one, like, boom, die. Again, it's a little bit dramatic. I think like all the animations here make some more dramatic, except this one. This one seems to be straightforward. Yes, straightforward. You just die. That's it. I want this thing. And just to give some random stuff, because we're gonna be dying like a lot of characters, I will just add some other animation. Like this one. Let me add one last animation. I kind of don't want to make the character fall forward because if the character is road killered, it will not gonna make sense to make the character fall forward. And I will use this, make this a little bit more dramatic. Here we go, better. I think that's enough of animations. Maybe a punch animation would gonna be good if you want to add like melee actions. Well, we're gonna do that later, okay? For now, I'll leave all that animations because it's a lot, honestly, already. I'm gonna take some time, some precious time to import all that. I do have a bunch of animations here. It's 7 animations. I'm gonna go ahead in Blender. The item animation we already have. Oh, forwards, backwards, anyways. So export this again as FBX. Everything is here. Go ahead, char name. Gonna make player idle. Here we go. Export. Just the latest character. I don't need this. I import FBX walk. So this is the walk animation. Straightforward. Here we go. Export collada. Player walk. Here we go. Delete. Import. Where's the run? Here we go. Run. Export. That's a tedious process, you know, but it's necessary. What do I need? I need a jump and then die. It's easy. Fall. Fall is my jump. Yep. It looks very ugly from this point view. But if you look up, it looks good. So that's it. That's what we want. And then I need the death animations. And it feels like I have like 3 death animations. I'll try headshot first. Here we go. It's a little bit dramatic again, but best we get for free. Death 1. I delete this. I will add death 2. It's this one. Yep. And last but not least, the death 3. Very dramatic. Alright, so now it's time to import everything into the engine. So group by type, so I know all the DAA objects that I do have. Oh, there's a texture, which is good. Let me go ahead and open the engine again, open the character, and then I will start importing stuff. I'll start with the texture, which is straightforward, and then I will literally drag and drop everything actually. I'll actually just import the idle first. I always like to import the idle and see if everything is working. I don't want the level descriptor, I want the armature, so I'm gonna make player armature. I want a material, it's okay being cowboy. The mesh gonna be player mesh. Any animation will be just player slash idle. No subfolders. I think that's it. Import assets. And again, I will try here to just drop the mesh. Select the material, which is the cowboy full. Select the raw material and select an idle animation. It's huge. Make it smaller. Here we go. Looks good. Except this weird like metallic and rogueness. Let me make it very raw. Now it's better for this. And then I would make this probably like a child might capsule, just like that. And I will delete this cube. This object, I don't want this to have physics. It does not have. Well, now we are good to go. This is the player. Can we go ahead and the scene? Oh, actually, it's a little bit too small, I guess. It's not perfect size. Here you go. Let me go ahead and play the game. Can't see, it's too small to see like any animations, anything. I may even make this player a bit larger, like camera a little bit closer, because it's too far away. Make this a little bit closer to the player. Now it's better. And then I will finish importing everything, all animations. And again, this time around, I will just literally drop all of this and it will work, but we'll have this, all the options here, okay? So depth 3, I only want to have the armature animation, which is player depth 3. Player fall, I again only want to have the armature animation, player fall, and I will do the same thing for all the others. Player run. It maybe will work better if there's an option to batch disable everything. I'm not sure. Importing stuff is always a tedious process, you know. Player depth 2. So fall, run, walk, depth, yeah. So let me go ahead and import all the assets. I have all my animations here and I can use them as I want. First the run, here we go. It's working just fine. Cool. And all things will get a little bit interesting. I want to have a controller to actually control this mesh component animation. So this will be very interesting. I will create like an actual new C++ component to be this like the character controller, and you guys will follow along with all that with me. Okay, so let me just make sure that everything is working just fine. I have like player game and just go ahead and do it. Here we go. I will close this for now. I'm not gonna save and quit, and then I will open the project directory and I will make a copy just in case here. So to just GTA Jam duplicate project, I'm creating a copy just in case, and I review project in Explorer. And oh, it did not copy everything. This is interesting. I may need to change this. Interesting. Let me actually write that down as a bug for you to fix. GTA Jam bugs. I do have like a Notepad++ thing here. Project browser. Duplicate project, don't duplicate everything. Okay, and now I'll just make a copy and paste just to make a backup because, well, I'll be changing the engine, so there's a chance of me to corrupt the save file of the project, and I don't want that. Now let's go ahead and write some components here. I do have a bunch of components, and at this point, actually, I'm thinking it's not a component. I want to have an animation for that, not a component. Like literally an asset type called animation. So if I go ahead, I think it's in graphics, animation. I do have a bunch of animations, and I do have an eye animator, and then I have handle. Yeah. So we're gonna create a new item here, which is an asset. We're gonna call it character animation.h. I may add this into another folder, like anime, gameplay, I don't know, like custom, anime type. I'm gonna create just anime types, and I'll move character animation to anime types. Here we go. And then of course, I need to add this to the graphics animations. I need to create a new folder called anime types. And then I create a new file, it's a C++ file for character animation. And I just go ahead and go to graphics, animation, anime types, character animation.h. And the header file, I will just copy other animation because I think that's the easiest approach. Oops. If I know how to type this, okay, right. Anime types character animation. Here we go. And this is like just me developing the engine, of course. I don't remember any of this. I do have some overrides. I don't remember how to write the animation. I think I should look into like the simple animation. Just need to, yeah. So I basically need to transform to override the get transform at and the get dependencies as well. And I do have like a generate debug thumbnail. I don't think I have this here. I only have this DI animation animator. Okay. This is interesting because like it's been a while, like a lot of times since I worked with this code base specifically for the animation, so I just need to go ahead and figure out what's going on. But I think I know it now. So let me go ahead and implement structure and the destructor. Not sure if I need a copy constructor for this. I don't think so. Okay, so everything is implemented. Now the only thing that I need to do in order for this character animation to appear in the engine is to register it like this. And last but not least, I need to register it in the YouTubes. And this is ugly. I know, guys. What I would do right now is ugly, but it's necessary. Let me actually register this into the animation. This blend space actually need the part of the anime types. Not gonna refactor this right now, but I will eventually. And the last thing that I need to do in order to finish the registration for this is to remember, because I don't remember, where to like register it to be added. I mean, it is by default because of this the reflection system to the engine. But I don't remember if I need to do anything else in order to right click and add. Maybe I should check like, do I have gameplay? Yes, here we go. This is the thing. Then I need to add like a new menu here for the animation. And I just go ahead and use the walk-in. Oh, it's not a component. My bad. Let me go ahead and go back in a second. Okay, yes, I was just being dumb. It's just a matter of like registering my components. I was doing more stuff because it's been a while since I don't add a new asset type, but just new asset and then you can see character animation. But what I wanted to do is like it's a lot of stuff here and it will grow a lot. So I may not want to have this automatically generating stuff for me. I want to have like a new tab to add new assets, even for the entity templates, because I found it very hard to reach here in the bottom. So I want to have like a huge button to add new entities, but I would do that soon, maybe now. Let me try this. Reload thumbnails. I'll search for reload thumbnails. Reload thumbnails. Here we go. I do have like this separator, and what I would do is I have like new asset stuff, have new folder, and then I have like draw new asset menu. Check this. Let me go ahead and oops, I hate when I do this by accident. UI menu, and I would just go ahead and put all that honestly inside this asset settings that I'm gonna do icon a folder. And then what I would do here is this draw new asset menu. This is basically everything from my factory. Think, you know, I don't feel like we add specific stuff here. Let me add this to the YouTube. And for reference, what I'm doing is I'm changing this this screen right here. Okay, so this is exactly what I'm doing right now. I'm changing this. Let me create a new asset pointer, show new asset menu, and may need to implement this. Please allow me to implement this. Here we go. And now just save and close this, save and quit. In the asset file, instead of doing data.draw new asset menu, I do auto asset equals to utils show new asset menu. And I don't have utils included here, so I may need to include it. Include, I think it's system slash utils. It's not utils. It's just utils, not in everything root. Here we go. Now I can do this. And inside this YouTube stuff, basically need to grab my asset, pointer out equals no pointer, do this, and then I would basically do if out equals to no pointer, out equals data draw new asset menu. So this is all assets, okay? Just see my sanity check here. I don't feel like am I using? Wait a second. I'm not using this anywhere. This is like literally, it does not belong to this. It's like a static stuff. This is wrong. See, this is wrong. I can actually go ahead and just inline this. Oh no, because I need the asset map. Now I understand it. But like data.get asset map. Yeah, and it will just return the copy of all my assets. Okay, now I get it, I guess. Like why you need this instead of like this. Alright, okay, just go ahead and do this. And I literally just change this. all assets. Now, what I'm going to do is if UI button dark, which is a big button, I'm going to create entity template, new entity template. Actually, don't need all assets. I do. I'm getting hungry, probably. I'm not thinking very well. Add new from UI. So I just need to do data.getAssetMap. I need to have like the class ID. Type ID. Oh, I'm being dumb. Template stuff. Add new from UI. So I'm basically creating a new template, and that's it. If I want to create like a new entity template. And this entity template, if I go to the implementation, do have an icon. It's just a font. Anyway, this icon. In menu, new asset, create asset, and menu. There's an error here. I think I don't have like UI stuff. No, I do. Where's the incomplete type? This? No. It's asset pointer, show new asset menu. We have asset pointer, show new asset menu. What's... Well, no. Maybe I don't have like an asset. You know what? C++ is IntelliSense is just dumb. That's it. It's just dumb. And now that I do have a new entity template, I will just go ahead and create another menu, and I'll create character, and I'll have a character animator and so on. And all needs to be like this. And out will be data.getAssetMap character animation. It's actually animator, but anyways, add new from UI. And all that work, all that work, only to change the UI a little bit in a way that you will have 1% better UI. So let me compile this and figure out if it worked or not. All right, compiled, that's the moment of truth. Let me open this and right click, new asset, new entity template. It's a huge thing. I like this. I think it needs improvement, but I have all the assets and the animation assets right now, and I can create a new character animation. Just to confirm it that everything is working, I can create a new template. Oh, it does not close the pop-up, which is not good, but I can double click it. All right, and it crashes if I delete this. This is interesting. I may undo this refactor. Anyways, but I will split this video because I'm trying to do like an hour-long videos when it comes to this project, because I think it's going to be easier to follow up. And then in the next video, hopefully you'll be able to just jump to the fun part, which is like actually implementing this. I was remembering how to register stuff and changing some architecture stuff, but now we will be able to do a better thing. So I will see you in the next video.